Hey drummers, it's Rob Litton here from drumstheword.com. I'm back with another free video drum lesson. This one was suggested over on my Facebook page, and so guess what? If you want to make your own song suggestions, then please go over to my Facebook page to do so. You'll find a link beneath this video. I've got 2 pages of transcription for you, taking the very best and most interesting drum beats and fills from the song Dark Side by Muse, drummed of course by Dominic Howard. So there's really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts that I thought stood out. With these 6 parts, you'll be able to play the most complicated parts and the majority of the song, no problem. So it's a mini song lessons teaching you the main parts. But don't forget to download this PDF from my website. You'll find a link beneath this video. So the first part is what we come in with the intro. And really the first 4 bars give you all the variations of the drum fill that Dominic plays throughout the song. And I've written here, note, the drum fills were overdubbed on the recording, so this is how I would replicate these parts live. So that'll make more sense as we get to, actually it makes sense when we get to the second bar of this first part, because you're going to hear the hi-hat being played constantly over the top. And what Dom's playing is he's playing 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and we get this bass drum on 1 and snare drum on 2 and 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. That's what he does live as well as on the recording. But what you're going to hear on the recording is the drum fills are going to be overdubbed. The toms occur at the same time as that hi-hat's being played. So either the hi-hat was overdubbed or the drum fills were overdubbed. But what I'm trying to say is that it's impossible to play what you're hearing on the recording exactly because you've got multiple parts being played at the same time. So this is how I would play it. And basically, I just remove the hi-hat when it's time for the drum fill to go in. So we start off with the first bar, it's an intro bar, drum fill. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1. The tempo is 100 BPM, by the way, so 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 1. Just my highest tom. It doesn't have to be the next highest tom. These things don't matter. But we come in with 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2. So just get this drum beat down first. I'm crossing underneath my arm here. You'll be playing it normally on your right-handed kits. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2. It's a really fun drum beat to play. Notice it's not 1 and a 2 and a 3. We haven't got this third hi-hat being played. So only over 2 hi-hats occurring on the and the of each beat. So that's the first part. Then we go on to the third bar of that line. And we got our second sort of intro drum fill, if you like. And it's very quiet in the mix, but on the and the of 2, instead of playing the hi-hat, he plays the high tom again. 1 and a 2 and a, straight into the bass drum, and a 3. And this is the first example where you're going to hear, hang on, the hi-hat's being played at the same time as that tom note. Yes, we talked about that. So 1 and a 2 and a 3, then back to the hi-hat, and a 4, and then next to highest tom, and a. So he's basically playing 2 pitch toms there. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. So you come off the hi-hat to a tom just for those 2 parts of the bar. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. That last bar we go into a crash cymbal, the second line, and a 1. Another bar of just drum beats, so just a standard bar of drum beat. And then the 4th bar has our next variation that he plays quite a bit, where we get the open hi-hat on the and a beat 3. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. And I could play it right, left. I'm just going to play it right, left, and 4. It closes on 4 and we get and 4 and a 1. That time it's and 4 and a 1. Other times in the songs it might be and 4 and a 1. Same rhythm, it's just whether on the snare drum or on the tom. And there's a recurring theme throughout the song, which I guess is kind of shown at the end of the third bar of that first line, is where he plays these anders at the end of the bar sometimes for a drum fill. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. He does that quite a bit. So those 2 lines slowly, and like I say, within those 4 bars, including the 5th bar, the intro drum fill, we've got all the variations. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4 and a 1. And now let's hear it played up to speed without the microphone on so you can hear just the drums. Okay, this next section occurs at 57 seconds and 2 minutes 06 into the song. So it's a drum fill that gets played twice. It's a repeating motif throughout the song, this drum fill. It appears in different ways throughout the song, as we'll see. But this drum fill, this one bar gets played twice. So very cool drum fill this, where we're coming in with the drum fill on the E of beat 3. Just after that bass show on 3, 1 and a 2 and a 3, we got to get ready, come up to the highest tom, 3 E, play a flammed note, 3 E, and then we're going to go down the toms, 3 E, a 4 and a 1, 3 E, a 4 and a 1. That's the rhythm, 3 E and a 4 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. I think I'm going to go down the toms correctly. 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. So use just the 3 toms there to give that drum fill sort of a downward melody. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 E, a 4 and a 1. And that drum fill gets used a lot throughout the song, a lot of fun to play. So let's hear it up to speed without the mic on. So this next section occurs at 2 minutes 57, and I've written here, this drum fill has been written for just 3 toms. So on the recording, you hear him go down multiple toms, 4 toms in fact, I believe. But when you watch him play it live, he's only got 2 or 3 electric pads. So even he's sort of restricting it when he's playing it live. He's not using 4 toms like you hear on the recording. So a lot of this happens with drumming. You get a section where you can hear the drummer's got many, many more toms than you have. So then what do? Well, the best thing you can do really is just to split up the number of notes he's playing over the toms that you have. That's all you can do. So because most drummers only have 3 toms, not 4 like this, I've written this for 3 toms. And you won't hear you will hear the difference, but most people won't hear the difference. It's still going down the drums. It's just I stay on the same drum just for 1 extra beat to replicate that 4th tom. So the rhythm is what we just had, but played twice. 1 E and a 1 E and a 2 and I choose to go down the tom there like Dom does. 1 E and a 2 E and a. Then we play the bass drum on 3, and we stay on this tom, 3 E and a 4, and then the last 2 notes and a 1. If you wanted to play 3 E and a 4 and a 1, just the last 4 notes on the floor tom, fine, you choose to split up your way. But what I've suggested for you is this. 1 E and a 2 and a 3 E and a 4 and a 1. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 E, a 2 and a 3 E, a 4 and a 1. And with all these drum fills, it's a good idea you practice them in context with the drum beat. Go in and out with the drum beat. Playing them on their own is cool, but you need to play it in context with the music as well. So now let's hear that bar up to speed. So on to page 2, and we got some really cool drum fills towards the end of the song. First one occurs at 3 minutes 16, and this is where it starts to get a bit more advanced for most drummers. We've got some fast notes being played, and they come in again on the E of 2, this sort of idea where you're sort of missing out the downbeat, not every time because the bass drum's sometimes in there, sometimes the snare drum's in there, but you're sort of playing around with the downbeat and coming just after it each time to create this effect. So 3:16 it occurs. First beat is just the drum beat, 1 and a 2, but then get ready, 1 and a 2 E and a, E and a, 2 E and a. That's the rhythm slowly, and I recommend right and then right for the high tom as well. It just unless you're comfortable playing these things left-handed, 2 E and a, 2 E and a. Then we get 3 E and a, and then 4 E and a. So you really feel this 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a. Playing the downbeat, counting it but not playing on it. 1 and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. 1 and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. It's a little bit easier to play with the music because the music's keeping the downbeat for you and you've just got to play off it. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. And now up to speed. So our last drum fill, the very last drum fill of the song, I've written, again, this drum fill has been written for just 3 toms. On the recording you hear 4 toms. I've written it for 3, but we talked about that already. And it's taken the previous rhythm, but just stretched it over an entire bar. So we get 1 E and and I've chosen to go to the next tom, 2 E and in fact Dom does, but then on the recording Dom goes down to another tom for the next part. I'm going to stay on the medium tom, 3 E and then it ends with 4 E and So 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. And I just find that keeping that bass drum in on beat 3 is nice. You hear it on the recording because it's overdubbed, but it's just nice to keep it in. You sort of hear the downbeat of 3 and 1 clearly. Okay, and now in context up to speed. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. As always, if you've got any questions, feel free to email me, rob@drumstheword.com. Don't forget to download the free PDF that came with this lesson. You'll find a link beneath this video. Also go over to my Facebook page if you want to make song suggestions. That's the best place to do so. And then you might also consider signing up to become an online member at my website, drumstheword.com. And what I currently offer for $97 is a full year's online access to every single full video song lesson I've ever recorded and transcribed. That's over 350 famous songs, including a load of Muse songs where I teach you every single beat from start to finish, every bar, every drum beat, every fill. You get the fully transcribed drum chart that comes with each of these full song lessons, and I've got over 350 full song lessons on the website already, including a load of Muse ones, as I just said. As a thank you for signing up, I'll give you even more. I'll give you hundreds of mini videos teaching you many, many famous drum beats, fills and solos, just like this lesson. I give you 3 ebooks I've written over the years containing hundreds more famous drum beats, fills and even drum solos. And then over the years of your subscription, you also gain instant online access to all the new material that I upload for my members. And I record new lessons every week, unless I'm on holiday or I'm ill. The previous month I've been away. So you've got lots of cool stuff to look forward to over the year of your subscription. And if you're over on my Facebook page, you also get to help influence what songs get chosen for future lessons. But any questions about any of that, feel free to email me, rob@drumstheword.com. And until the next drum lesson together, toodle pip and happy drumming to you.